light weekend news update show. So if you are looking for something more in depth, you can check out Good Morning Thailand tomorrow morning or Thailand News Today tomorrow evening. As for now, I'm Jay from the Thaiger, here to give you a quick recap of what's going on over the weekend, as well as a little chat and answer your questions. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Tech Symbol, Frank in Thailand, Teddy Bear, SC, Eddie Bruno. Thank you for joining me today. And I've been away for 1 week, if some of you have not noticed. And as you might be able to tell from my face, I am red, I am a bit darker, and I am peeling because I'm extremely sunburnt because I was away on a trip to Surat Thani making an amazing video with Natty that you will all be able to enjoy most probably in the coming weeks. So that's something for you to look forward to. It is one of the biggest projects that the Thaiger has taken under its wing, and it's something that we're really looking forward to launch and move forward with. So there's a little inside scoop for you. As for now, I've been gone and the Thailand Pass has been cancelled. What a world to come back to, ladies and gentlemen. Great news for everyone. I think everyone is welcoming of this news. The Thailand Pass has finally gone. Celebrations. I wish I had some party poppers right now, but great news, right? I mean, I just want to take a moment to say every person who is watching this video who has ever complained that I'm never coming to Thailand until they get rid of the Thailand Pass, well, you no longer have an excuse. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Thailand this year. And that's all I have to say for that. For any of you who are looking for the latest updates on what the CCSA has decided, I can give you a quick recap. However, you can watch a more in-depth, detailed video that Tim did yesterday, as well as the day before yesterday. And you can also find that on Thailand News Today on Friday evening that Jet did, as well as find it on thethaiger.com. As for now, welcome everybody. Chiang Mike, Scott D. We've got Larry Conley. We've got Jerry Loves Pattaya, Nitban. How was your field trip? I will give you full details about the Surat Thani field trip and what we've been up to momentarily. As for now, I have 3 quick updates for you regarding, firstly, now we all know that the Thailand Pass has been cancelled, but to add some more excellent news and good news, they're also considering scrapping the ban on alcohol sales during the afternoon. So currently there is a ban from 2 to 5 p.m. in Thailand. It's been a very long-standing ban that has prohibited anyone from, walking into your local 7-Eleven or even buying alcohol in hotels. You are unable to buy alcohol, but they're considering to scrap that. And one of the reasons being modernizing outdated booze laws would help the tourism recovery. Now, that's a great statement. In particular, the Secretary General of the KLA Party, Kun Attavit, he's come out and said, look, no other countries in Southeast Asia have laws restricting the hours of alcohol sales. There has been a law prohibiting the sale of alcohol from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. in Thailand since 1972. And it's outdated because one of the main reasons that law was created was to stop civil servants, to basically stop civil servants getting drunk during the day and decrease productivity. So I'm guessing in 1972 there was a problem with people getting drunk during the afternoons, maybe on their lunch break, labor workers, civil workers, and therefore the law was created to stop them getting drunk during the afternoons. After 5 p.m. is okay, after you finish work, but not during the afternoons. However, the law is currently outdated. We are in 2022. It's still, I don't think it's as relevant now. Instead, there have been suggestions that the authorities should seriously enforce the law that prohibits underage drinking, selling alcohol to customers below the age of 20. That's what we should focus on prohibiting, and revise the zoning requirements. Perhaps let's not sell alcohol near, hospitals or schools. Not that anyone wants to get drunk in a hospital or school, maybe kids do, but it's no longer appropriate to have this law, and therefore, in the current situation, we need to change this law because we're trying to attract so many tourists back to the country. We're trying to revive the economy. Why do we have this law? This law is outdated, this law is unnecessary, and it's a very good point. ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? You've been to Thailand before, you currently live in Thailand now. Is there any particular reason that there should be a ban in alcohol from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m.? Is it absolutely unnecessary? I think most people would agree and say that it is unnecessary. What are your feelings and feedback regarding this law? Is this the right move for Thailand, especially to do it right now? In my opinion, I think it should be scrapped, and I think it's a great move, especially now. It's going to attract more tourists to come back. Why not? Now, the second update I want to talk about is that Chulalongkorn University, which is one of the most prestigious and respected universities in Thailand, for those of you who are unaware, research by Chulalongkorn University has found that 30% of the drinks available in Thailand that have the green element in their drink, they actually exceed the legal limit of THC allowed in them. So those of you who are not aware yet, Thailand has passed a law which allows the C word, the green leaf, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of local vendors, even in 7-Eleven, they're starting to sell drinks that now have, excuse me, that now have the C word in the water. I don't know why someone would want the green infused water. I personally prefer just normal drinking water. But yes, if you do enjoy that water, maybe some good news for you, because 30% of them have been found to have exceeding the legal limit of 0.2%. Now, don't get too excited, because the research also showed that the samples that were chosen showed that they exceeded the limit by 0.015. So the legal limit is 0.2%. They only exceeded it by 0.015. Now that just goes to show that it's very difficult to regulate this. It's very difficult for the people selling these products to control how much percentage is in their drink as well, because not all of them are being produced by big manufacturers and distributors, especially with the new law now, people being able to make it at home, and more vendors and more people starting businesses that involve the C word and the M word and the green leaf. It's becoming more and more difficult for these people to control the level of THC in these drinks. So hopefully it doesn't get too much out of control. 0.015 milligrams per 100 milliliters of drink is exceeding the limit, but still not that crazy. I mean, however, I would not be surprised in the future if we found something like 20% in a drink. Who knows? I will keep you updated on that news, but I thought that was something interesting. And the last piece of news I wanted to talk about today is regarding the Phuket Zoo. Now, for anyone who's visited Phuket or the Phuket Zoo, this might be some good news for you, as I've seen a lot of viewers comment on the fact that they don't like Phuket Zoo or zoos in general because they feel it's cruel to animals. The Phuket Zoo is the latest casualty of COVID-19. It has been shut down, and the devastation to the island and the lack of tourism and the the effect on the economy, the zoo had to close down, and all of its animals have now been sent to new homes. The owner came out and said, look, it has started to close down since 2020 because it's been a very slow recovery, and even when the tourists do come to the island, they don't necessarily go to Phuket Zoo, because why would you? The Wildlife Friends Foundation Thailand is now caring for the 11 tigers that were at the zoo, as well as some black bears. However, they are looking for funding to build proper bear enclosures and take care of these animals, and hopefully they will. Each enclosure approximately costs 14,000 euros, so not very cheap to take care of the bears. However, we're hoping to provide you some more good news regarding these animals, and hopefully they will be taken care of. What do you feel about Phuket Zoo closing down? Do you think it's an attraction that attracted tourists to Phuket, or do you think it's good news? Because I believe a lot of people in the chat have commented before that they feel like, entrapping animals in zoos is cruel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are the 3 updates I had for you today. I told you it's going to be a quick, light news update, and it's now time to answer your questions. So do forgive me, I have been ignoring your questions so far, but starting now, I shall address them. Oh, 10 minutes on the dot. All right. We've got Ryan Bishop says, if you find 20% in a drink, please post the address for members. Ryan, I definitely will. Your millennial friend will definitely give you an update. Paul Weston, William, True Blue Tie. So hold on, a lot of questions and comments rather. Good morning, Jay and all. Good morning to you, Chris. Paul Weston says, you can't buy booze 2 p.m. at 7-Eleven, but you can drink at the bar next door. Paul Weston, if you're in a proper bar in a hotel, they will actually stop serving you legally. They're supposed to. But yes, if you're in a local pub, they most probably won't stop selling you that alcohol. But yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. You can't go and buy the alcohol in 7-Eleven, but you can drink it next door. It's a bit silly, to be honest. But yeah, that law was created so that local Thai people wouldn't get drunk during work hours. 80% of all Thai laws are unnecessary, says William. Well, William, I think, I don't know if they're unnecessary because they were probably created at a time that it was necessary. However, we do need to move forward with the modern times. So perhaps they're outdated rather than unnecessary. So they do need to be modernized and changed. I do agree with you in that way. 212 says stoner cough. No, Roger, 212 Roger, I unfortunately don't smoke any C word, M word, or the green leaf. It doesn't agree with my body, unfortunately. Seamus D says, does smoking the green leaf make individuals more intelligent? Seamus, I'm not sure if that's scientifically accurate, but I'm sure the people who do it feel a lot more intelligent. Wig alert, it's totally ridiculous. Why punish the tourists just because Thai civil servants cannot control themselves? Again, wig alert, this law was created at a time when this was an issue. It is a law prohibiting people, within the country, for the people of the country. So I personally, as a guest in this country, can't comment on that. However, it is outdated, and a lot of Thai people believe it's outdated, and a lot of the officials from the political parties are trying to move forward to get rid of this law. So perhaps they agree with you. How long is a piece of string, says Chris Clow. 2 meters, 37 centimeters. Mandalik Esra says, at least for tourists, alcohol ban be lifted so they'll come for 31st time as tourist. I'm a bit confused with your comment, Mandalik. I apologize, I don't quite understand. All right, here we go. Bill Webb, get another one when you fly out, no problem. Good morning, Jay. Delighted to hear that Phuket Zoo is closed. A dreadful place to visit. The smell was horrific, says Vasana residents Phuket. I have visited Phuket Zoo only once, maybe about 10 to 15 years ago. And, now that I'm older, when I think about what I witnessed, it's not the best zoo in general, if I'm being completely honest. But, some people do find it entertaining. They go inside, they see elephants playing football or painting, they see monkeys driving bicycles, and I'm in no position to comment on the well-being of those animals or how well they're treated. They're supposedly treated well. However, yeah, a lot of people have strong opinions on it, but it's closed now, so there's no point in talking about what happened in the past. It's closed now, the animals are being taken care of, so that's some good news. Moving on, Hans C. Schellenberg has joined the chat. He says, good morning from Phu Vieng. Good morning to you, Hans. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in the chat, but I do believe you've been traveling in Phuket. I think you were last month, so good to see you. What's the big deal about masks? Keep Western selfishness away from Asia, please, says GD. What's the big deal with masks? GD, I think most people just don't like wearing masks. And yeah. You missed this earlier, Jay. I've changed my mind now. The beard is finally acceptable, says William. Thank you very much, William. I'm glad that I was able to change your mind. Or the fact that you've changed your mind. Your comment I don't really know how to reply to your comment, but thanks, I guess. Yeah. Moving on, Brian Z says, Jay, are you married? Very personal question. Unfortunately, no, I am not married. Fortunately or unfortunately, when I ask my married friends if they're happy, their comment is always don't get married. Personally, I wouldn't mind getting married, I guess. Just gotta find the right person. Lol, but what you need to tell. Are you sure that Thai civil servants can control their drinking even today? In Cambodia, they can't, but no law, says Wig Alert. Look, Wig Alert, the only way to find out is if the law goes away. Now, would it be fair to say that if the law is abolished, that people will start getting drunk during the day? I'm not quite sure. In these current times, the economy's taken a hit. People need jobs. People need to make money. So I don't necessarily think civil servants will start going out and drinking, because at this time of need, people need work. People need money. So I think it'll be the opposite. I think the country will find out that no, people aren't going out and getting drunk. There will always be a couple of people who do that, but I don't think people will go out and do that. Sri says, Jay, you don't look sunburnt, you look blasted and wasted. Hope Natty did not get blasted. I'm definitely not wasted nor blasted. I am extremely sunburnt. I can show you if I can come closer. I'm peeling. I've already put aloe vera on my face, but there's only so much aloe vera can help, because we were out there for 4 days, out in the heavy sun. Even with sunscreen, I've gone 2 shades darker. I was in a lot of pain 2 days ago. It is a lot better now. Here we go. When we show vaccination proof to enter Thailand, is there a time rule, like vaccinated in the last 12 months? Paul, that is actually an excellent question. They have not mentioned anything about the time rule. They've just asked for your vaccination proof. So as of right now, I'm going to say no, there's no time rule. However, I believe last month when they did make an update, they were talking about what's considered as being fully vaccinated, because you can be vaccinated and you can be properly vaccinated. It's a bit strange because in Thailand, I believe it's the 2 vaccination plus a booster. And that's what they were asking for, because I was trying to go to an event last month and they were checking everyone regarding the vaccinations, and to be considered fully vaccinated, you needed 2 vaccinations plus a booster. So it is an excellent question that you ask. You definitely need to check up on that before you do travel. However, I'm going to look into this question and try to answer it for you tomorrow. So I hope you join me for Good Morning Thailand tomorrow so I can better answer your question. Dam says, good morning, Jay. Welcome back from your holiday. Dam 1, I can promise you it was definitely not a holiday. As you can see from my face being sunburnt and peeling, I was in a lot of pain as Natty put me through a lot of pain for the last 4 days. It was, however, enjoyable too. Hey, Jay, started going to Jet's hairdresser. I have been taking some notes. He has been giving me some tips on how to do my hair. However, I don't think my hair is nearly as good enough as Jet's. I would like to face mask removed. However, for yourself, I would keep it. You have a face for radio. David Benjamin says, I would like the face mask removed. However, for yourself, I would keep it. You have a face for radio, says David Benjamin. Sure, David. Thanks for the cryptic comment. I'm gonna leave out the mask. All I can suggest is if you don't like looking at my face, might as well close the video. William says, Jerry loves pattaya. It's smart and cheap. Okay. Richard McCormick says, concern over drinking during the day or selling alcohol in the daytime is silly. Does anyone believe that if a person wants to drink, that a law will keep them from dipping into alcohol already at home, says Richard McCormick. That's a very good point, Richard. You can always buy alcohol and keep it for the next day. I can go to 7-Eleven, buy alcohol today after 5 p.m. and then enjoy it tomorrow at work if that's what I really want to do. People who want to get drunk and are alcoholics or want to drink alcohol in general, there's nothing really stopping them, because you don't, perhaps you're not allowed to buy alcohol in 7-Eleven, but there's always a couple of shops, here and there, local shops that you can buy alcohol from. So that is an excellent point, Richard. David Boston says, Jay's back. I'm back. Hello. And for the person who asked regarding the update from what I've been up to. So last week, me, Nettie, Jason, and Tan, we had a 4-man team who traveled to Surat Thani on Monday. And from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to Friday, we were going around Surat Thani to see what Surat Thani has to offer. In general, Surat Thani is a very underappreciated place. It has a lot of natural beauty. We actually stayed in a resort that was in the middle of a jungle. Now I say resort, but it was very, how do I say this? Very natural, as in it was a small, tiny bungalow in the middle of a forest. We were surrounded by monkeys. We were told to close the door or monkeys would come inside our bungalow and steal our things. There were snakes, there were caterpillars, there were bugs, and it was actually a very good experience. I would say Surat Thani is an amazing place for anyone who loves nature, wants adventure, enjoys, hiking, kayaking. We went tubing. That was something I enjoyed. That was my most enjoyable experience, tubing. There was heavy rain going on. The rain stopped. It was a strong stream of river going downwards. We got into a tube, which is basically just a floating tire. And we tubed down the river, and it was a great experience. I got not stung. I got stung by a pufferfish. That was an experience, very painful. I almost lost my leg. That's me exaggerating. I definitely did not. But Surat Thani, I feel is, it's always when people think about Surat Thani, the province of Surat Thani, people always think Samui. They think Gat Dao. They think other places, but there's also the city of Surat Thani, which is quite small. There's no building taller than 2 floors, and it's quite open. It's surrounded by nature, and I think it's looked over. People don't really care about Surat Thani that much, and it doesn't get a lot of attention from the tourism board, and we wanted to change that. We wanted to go to Surat Thani to highlight the beauty of what Surat Thani has to offer, what Thailand has to offer, and I can strongly suggest you to travel to Surat Thani if you love nature, if you love hiking, if you love adventure, and also the views. If you want to view some beautiful, beautiful scenic views, I can promise you that you're gonna love the videos that are coming out very soon. Natty made me wake up at 3:30 a.m. in the morning to travel 1 hour to a location, then hike for 1 hour with very high elevation to this temple to get some of the most stunning views I've ever seen in Thailand. So that's something that you can look forward to. And it was extremely hot, although it did rain but it only rained at night for some reason. It was extremely hot. I got extremely sunburnt all over my body. But at the end of it, I think it was definitely worth it. Drumkiller, you look happy recounting that. What else happened, says Drumkiller. A lot of action. It was just nice to be out and about. It sounds amazing when traveling for work. Traveling for work sounds fun, but then we were traveling. But a lot of the times we had to be in front of the camera. We had to make sure we knew what we were saying, what we were doing. So it was work first, and yes, traveling was involved. Personally, I'm not a big nature person. I'll be honest. I don't do well with monkeys trying to come into my room and trying to steal, our camera equipment and my clothes or whatever. I see snakes, I walk away from snakes. Whereas a person like Jason absolutely cherished every second we were there. Every time he saw a snake, he ran up to it. Oh my God, that's a mangrove snake. Oh my God, that's some other red tail rat snake or something. He absolutely loved every moment. Natty loved the views. We'd be hiking up mountains, and she'd be like, every 2 minutes, she'd be, wow, wow, wow. Whereas I'd be like, yeah, great. Yeah, it's nice. I'm sure, yeah, it's great. Okay, cool. What I enjoyed was the physical aspect. So we went hiking for an hour and we had to cook our own food. So the guides that were with us actually taught us how to cook food using bamboo. And we cooked green curry, we cooked rice, we cooked grilled chicken using bamboo. As in, they were long, like we actually cut a bamboo tree, took the bamboo from the tree, filled it with food, water, and made a fire and cooked food in it. It was surreal. That's what I enjoyed. I've never cooked food in bamboo. I mean, it was so amazing being one with nature and just putting yourself out there, going out there, cooking food naturally. And it was such an amazing way to cook food, and it tasted good. That was a 2-in-1. I expected it to taste, you know, subpar, but it was actually really tasty, and it was great being able to achieve that. And everything was captured on camera, of course, and you'll be able to witness it with us. We have 3 videos planned up coming next month, and for all the members, we have a plan so we'll have our main videos coming out, and every time the main video comes out, we'll have extra footage, bloopers, and just special videos just for members. So that's something special for members to you know, have a look behind the scenes of what was really what it was really like. So you can look forward to that as well. And I hope you all enjoyed it, because a lot of work went into it. Natty was Natty was the one responsible for this project. She did an amazing job making the itinerary. She was planning all where we were going to go, what we were going to do. She was taking me around. I was just basically following Natty, to be honest. But yeah, Natty did an amazing job, and I'm sure that's something that you will all enjoy and be proud about. Jay, you need a hat. Oh, okay, perhaps. Nong Wasao says, Jay, do you have a boyfriend? No, I do not have a boyfriend. Whether you'd like to believe it or not, I am a heterosexual. I am interested in women. Nong Wasao says ageism. What does that mean? I'm drooling now for those videos. Drumkiller, you will be drooling while watching it. It's going to be an amazing video. Genghis Khan says, Natty reminds me of an Asian Goldie Hawn. I apologize, Genghis, but I don't know who Goldie Hawn is. Or do I? Goldie Hawn. She sounds very... Oh, of course I know Goldie Hawn. Yeah, okay. She was in... What was she in? A lot of things. Snatched. Sorry, I'm trying to Google who Goldie Hawn is. It's been a while. I think I've seen her in House Sitter with Steve Martin. I'm not sure. Chris Close says, swing both ways. No, Chris, I don't swing both ways. I only swing one way. Elliot says, I'm also heterosexual. Congratulations. Okay, cool. What else can now I am hearing Natty say all those famous drill sergeant lines from Full Metal Jacket, says Hans C. Schellenberg. Hans, you're not far off. I'm not gonna lie. She is quite an adventurer, but she's also quite hilarious. So, you know, she's not as mean as a drill sergeant, but she's quite supportive. And I think it was just a great team to be around. We had a great mixture. We have Natty, who's like, oh yeah, let's go 3:30 a.m. Let's go here, let's go there. We've got Jason, who's the nature enthusiast, running after every snake, taking every picture he can. We had Tan, who is, I mean, for better or worse, he just never talks. I mean, he's just the most quietest person in the world. He seems unimpressed on the most amazing of things. He just kind of gets on with it. And then there was me, who was just, you know, I'm the grumpy uncle of the group, I guess. But yeah, it was a great experience. Dom once says, sounds like a great tour, Jay, a great education for you all. It was, Dom, it absolutely was. And I think it will be a great tour for everyone else as well. I think hopefully Surat Thani will get some more love from this. Hans says, I'm definitely a grumpy uncle too. Yeah, well, you and me both. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think if that's it, Nat Patrol, touring Thailand. Hello, how are you? Very good, very good, very good. Thank you. Natty and Jay, sort of like Tiger's version of Survivor. I wouldn't say it's as extreme as Survivor, I'd be lying, but personally, because of the hikes, like Natty is extremely fit. She's a very active girl. She's quite fit, as in fitness level. Jason's this young wakeboarder. I was the only one struggling, you know. They're like making me hike up 1 hour, like 1 hour hikes up elevated mountains, and I was struggling at times. I'd be lying if I wasn't struggling, but you know, once you make it to the top, there's a sense of achievement, like, ah, yes, I did it. I didn't let the team down. So I think it was, in terms of that, yes, I felt Survivor. Richard, changing Jay's name to Grumpy Uncle. It could be, it could be. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is where I'll decide to end the show. It's been 30 minutes. It's been a good show so far. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. You've got a quick little update of some of the stories, and hopefully I've answered as many questions as I could. And yeah, you can join me and Natty tomorrow on Good Morning Thailand as as the cleaning lady joins the lounge of the place. I'm currently in the lounge area of the building that I live in, and as you can see, I have no control over anything. But I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully you'll join me again tomorrow on Good Morning Thailand with Natty. We'll be able to give you more exclusive footage and more information of what we've been up to, as well as look at all the latest updates in Thailand tomorrow morning. So have a great Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.